should start with Eddie. He's in with them right up to his neck.
Eddie?
Yes, good, clean Eddie. He's on the take.
You know, you are one vicious bitch, Stevens.
What's the matter? Can't you take the truth? Look, he's a mate of Les and Fred's and he's on the fellow's payroll. And you know something? He wouldn't raise a finger to stop them killing you. Eddie, wake up to yourself. He's as rotten as the rest of them.
Look, if I'd known about it while I was in the job, I would never have allowed it. Security concerns me, that's all.
Are you sure that's all? Look, Colleen, I know my coming back has been a shock to you, but I am back and I'd like you to accept that I cannot work with a deputy governor who's pulling against me.
Oh, geez, it's neck and neck.
Not if she pots those two balls, it's not.
Struth, I'm not looking.
Hey! Okay, Cass, one more to go.
See ya. No!
When you potted that last ball. Wish we'd had a camera.
Yeah, see, I used to play a lot with my Uncle Eddie. I never beat him, but he was real good.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see the bitch get cleaned up at something more than snooker, especially after what she did to old Stan.
Yeah, well, we'll take care of that later. Don't expect me to cover your bets. I don't back losers.
Yeah, well, you'd have taken half the winnings if that simple-minded cow hadn't pulled a fast one. You want a partner? You pay.
It's a pity your roommate's only in for a few days. It's funny how being alone can get to you. Well, you really blew it, didn't you? You know, it's a pity that you didn't have an uncle to teach you how to play snooker.
It was a fluke.
Was it? How could she miss with Eddie Charlton for an uncle? He's world champion.
Eddie Charlton pigs.
Come on, you heard her say Uncle Eddie, didn't you? I'll tell you one thing. You better pay up those bets. We're not too kind to people that welsh on bets.
I'm not paying if that bitch set me up.
She wouldn't know how, and you can't get off it that easily.
Better have a good night's sleep, Keen. You're facing the VJ in the morning.
That VJ's gonna throw the book at you when he finds out what you did to Mr. Dobson. Still, it's better than us having to deal with you. We wouldn't have been so nice.
Get stuffed, will you?
Mum, I couldn't sleep either.
You haven't changed much, have you? Whenever you couldn't sleep, you'd raid the fridge.
Usually helps. Want some?
No, thanks.
How about a cup of tea?
No.
I've been sitting down here worrying about it. Kay's probably forgotten the whole thing. Snoring her head off by now.
How could I do it, Alan? I hit her, my own daughter. The number of times I stopped your father from doing that to you two when you were little. Now look at me, oh, real smart I am.
She knows he didn't mean it.
I wonder. Took me half a lifetime to realise my parents loved me.
Didn't take me that long.
You never kicked up the way Kay's doing now. Tried to talk to her before. She pretended she was asleep.
Well, maybe the morning would be better anyway.
Yeah, maybe. Still got some money left over from when I sold the bookshop. Maybe if I take her away.
No, Mum. She's still got school. And what about the PRG and Driscoll? You can't let them down.
You and Kay come first, mate. You always have. Okay, I don't want to let Jude down, but if I can't get through to my own daughter, how the hell am I going to solve other people's problems?
Geez, can't you down a bit quieter? That bloody noise is going through my head. Every night, eh? Well, let's get through this lot pretty quick and we'll go down the pub. Nothing like the hair of a dog, eh?
Morning. Good morning. You look tired. Thanks. I think I'm going through my insomnia stint again.
Good morning, Colleen.
Morning.
I'm afraid we're going to have to do some quick rescheduling. Joan's father's very ill, so she had to take off for Forbes first thing this morning, and now Rick Manning hasn't reported in. According to the roster, he's supposed to have taken the first breakfast sitting. You any idea what's happened to him?
No idea.
Would you like me to try his home, Governor?
Well, I already have. No reply.
Well, he's been having car trouble. Perhaps that's it.
Well, then why doesn't he ring? I just hope he hasn't had an accident, that's all.
Well, do you want me to keep trying his home, just in case?
Thank you. Oh, can you come to the office, Colleen? I want to go through a few things before the VJ arrives.
Have I got time to put my things away?
Yes, I have to go to reception first anyway.
Well, I'd better start calling Rick.
Yeah, do that.
Now, I reckon with the way you played snooker last night, we could get a few bets going with the other blocks and we could get some money on
Bobby,
the
will you
side.
give it a rest? I've already told you I'm not real keen on playing for money. Uncle Eddie always reckoned it was a mug's game.
Yeah, but you don't have to put your bets on.
When are you going to pay up, Brett?
I already got $10 on me. Anyhow, you want more money? See Stephen, she's the banker.
You know something? I think Sonia's got herself a new partner now that the freak's dropped her. What are you doing, handing out a few dollars here and there so you can get a share of the big money on the outside?
She don't have to pay anyway. You fixed it. I knew Cass was taught by a pro. Eddie Charlton's her uncle, he taught her. Well, end of story. The bets are on.
Hey, hang on.
Nobody watches on me unless they
Now,
set
shut
their
up,
teeth.
girls. Shut up, girls. She's more stupid than we thought. She didn't come down in the last shower. She's still up there in the clouds.
Bloody lied, you old cow. And I bet you put her up to it, lard face.
What are you grizzling
You
about?
lay off, Cass. She beat you fair and square.
Oh, yeah, who taught her that?
Me uncle, Edward.
That's right. Tell her about your uncle.
He's a champ.
Yeah,
Now just shut up and listen. Tell her how old your uncle is.
72 this year. He still won the championship, but he's been champion of the Southwestern District Snooker Club for 30 years. Hey, we ought to have another game. I'll show you how he taught me to work the kicker.
Looks like you better let the moths fly out of those money bags, Stevens.
Or perhaps Reb should stick to marbles until she wises up.
Don't you ask me for any more favours, Stevens. As far as I'm concerned,
You're next up with the VJ. Come on.
Hope you go down in a screaming heap, you bitch.
yeah, well, you can all get stuffed.
Sad when friends have falling out, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Because one of these days you're going to run out of friends and there'll be no one to help you when you're in real trouble.